what's up guys, this is Brian C and welcome to another Gunpla tip number 2, and this is before my trip to Montreal. Okay, so I've been sick lately and sadly I am not able to build a Kotobukiya R1 kit, so I'm doing this quick couple of minute tutorial for any new Gunpla builders out there or plastic model builders out there. Now this is actually going to be very simple. It's practically a 2-in-1. So if you're new to the hobby, there's a few things that you do need to remember. Is you have a frame here and you got to be careful how you cut it. Now overall, when cutting it, you actually need the proper tool. This is modular side cutter that I actually purchased online in Amazon, and I'm actually gonna leave it put the link below. And this is actually quite cheap. It should last you for a long time, depends on how you use it. Now when you're taking parts out of the frame here, you got to be very careful. Okay, let's get the other one here. Where is that other part? Oh, okay. So always when you're cutting a part, always leave a gap there because you do not want to damage the frame itself. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so if you're a little bit scared, just cut the whole piece like this one here. And there you go. It will not damage the parts itself. Now you just do the same thing to the rest here. So that way you will not damage the parts. Okay, now for the next part is what we call the noobs. That piece of plastic, it's called the noob there. And before you start installing it, make sure that you actually clear it. Now I am actually using my favorite side cutter here, or what do you call this, Tamiya design knife that I actually purchased through Amazon also. I really do like this. It actually comes with lots of knives, and it's actually one knife lasted me months and I still got plenty here. And it actually does come with a container slot for the old blades. Now aside from that, I do have my regular hobby knife here, but this is actually a little bit too long. Now just be very careful when you're clearing the nubs, because you do not want to suffer any injuries. The knives here are very sharp. Now I'm just gonna show you guys something here that I usually do, but if you got better ways to clear the nubs, go right ahead. So what I usually do for the first step here, if you guys can see it, is I kind of partially just lay it flat here and just start shaving it off slowly, and it actually cleans it. Also, you can use a sandpaper also. Now this one here is a Flexi Flex pad that I purchased at my local shop here. This is actually a medium, number 2800 grit, I believe. And all you have to do is just kind of sand it. Practically that's it. And it's not noticeable. Now just a heads up also, when you're cutting the frames, one of the reason also why we leave a spot there is due to the stress mark. Now this is a white frame here, so any stress marks you will not notice it, but any other parts that are colored, you will definitely see the stress mark if you cut it improperly, or your cutter is dull. Okay, now for the next part is panel lining. Now for the panel lines, I actually do have a few items here that I usually use to panel line. Now, this is very basic, see? There's not a whole lot of details, so you need to bring out the, what do you call that? Its potential. Make it a little bit more realistic. Now, this is a Gundam marker that I actually purchased online. I'm actually gonna leave the Amazon link below, and you can purchase it at other sites also, or your local shop. But my suggestion is purchase it online because it is a lot cheaper. Now it's actually quite simple, and all you have to do is just, if you guys can notice this here, okay, and it's a little bit thick there, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe it off. Usually I just wipe it off with my fingers here, and some details. Now you can see the difference. If you don't have a Gunpla marker, my other suggestion is to use a mechanical pen. It is actually quite thin enough to be able to do the job. Now I don't know if this thing is gonna work on me now. Okay, there's a tip there. Now, okay, so I'm gonna use the other part here. Okay, clear, as you guys can see. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, finally we're back and I fixed the issue here. Okay, now let's try this out again, shall we? So, like I mentioned, if you can't afford a Gunpla marker, a mechanical pen will do. It is very cheap. You can purchase it anywhere. Okay, all you have to do is just do the same as panel lining it. Now this is made out of graphite, so if you are planning on painting this, my suggestion is experiment. Okay. Okay, and all you have to do is just play around with it, wipe it with your finger, because it's made out, it's graphite, so it will not stain. See, there you go. You can actually see the difference, and it depends on how you panel line it. There's 1,000 ways, 1,000,000 ways for you to bring out the potential of every kit, from Gundam plastic models to military plastic models to all kinds. So it doesn't have to be plain, what's that word I'm looking for again? A plain kit with no panel lines, no nothing. You can always use either a Gunpla marker or a mechanical pen to bring it out when panel lining. And also make sure that you properly trim the excess plastic. One wrong move, it can damage it. Just be very, very careful. Okay, so that is it for today. This is the Gunpla tip number 2. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys later. And I'm gonna get some sleep here now. See ya.